Oberstdorf is not only the venue for sports records, but also a natural monument. 3/4 of this region belong to a nature reserve. Colin Phillips, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the big...
Seeing all that bustle around, I'd really like to go up there and jump myself. But this time I'll leave it to the other skiers.
In the qualification round, he can take it nice and easy. There are 72 skiers at the start, and the best 50 will qualify, well within his capability. It's not that easy to find the right wax mixture today, but he got the optimum. There you can see what difference it makes in terms of speed.
But only if the posture is right.
But it does, 100%. I think this is worth having a second look.
Yes, Mark, I think that a closer analysis is always worthwhile.
Ski jumping is not the only thing you can do in Oberstdorf. There's also ski flying. Since the renovation in 1998, distances of more than 200 meters are no longer a rarity. Let's have a closer look at this jump in the replay.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see that.
Yeah. We separate the grain from the chaff, so the fine saying goes. He's the winning type. He's rightly at the top of the ranking. While others are unsettled by bad conditions such as lack of wind or poor visibility, he just goes for it and makes incredible distances. Wow, this might turn into a good flight. A takeoff to put the fear of God into his opponents. Perfect conditions for an excellent distance. The replay will show us now how on earth he was able to come up with such magic.
Yeah.
Here's the final ranking for you, ladies and gentlemen. After a thrilling competition, next time all skiers have the chance to go for gold. Until then, I say cheerio and adios to my co-commentator, Colin Phillips.
Well, thanks very much there, Mark. It was a pleasure being here, really. I've had great fun. Maybe not quite as much as being one of the jumpers myself, but maybe next time. See you soon. Bye now. Take care, everyone.
Goodbye. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, from Liberec, a historical town in northern Bohemia. I have a special guest today, Colin Phillips. Would you mind me saying that it's a stroke of luck, in a certain way, that you're not participating in the competition today?
It's a great pleasure to me, my friends. thank you very much for the invitation, and hello everybody.
We have seen some exciting competitions in the World Cup lately. Don't you think, Colin?
Well, that's true. I do hope this event will live up to our expectations, though.
The most important thing in qualification is to make a secure landing, as 50 out of 72 skiers will qualify for the next round.
I got stuck in the qualification round once. It was so frustrating.
Was it?
Oh, horrible.
Now we get the chance to analyze all the jumps. It is not... Some people... The strong tailwind might become a real problem.
Yes, this kind of wind pushes you down, so that it's difficult to control the takeoff from the jump tackle, right?
Perfect start for his flight. The takeoff was excellent.
However, there's always a little bit of luck in it, but this one was precise and powerful.
Yes, it was. I suppose we can have a look at the replay. Ah, there it is. I think we've seen some nice and what's more, long jumps. And I also think that the best 30 skiers absolutely deserve... Liberec is already preparing for the Nordic Skiing World Championship that will take place here in 2009. Its rival Oslo got the thin end of the wedge. Nice takeoff from the jump tape. He initiated the extension of the body at the right moment. Now let's see the distance he makes.
Oh, that'll be interesting to see.
Thanks to technology, we can look at the replay and be clear about things. How far does this guy want to go? He's directly behind the top 10 now. Can you explain this development, Colin?
Well, it's hard to say. Maybe he simply found the right technique and it's clicked.
The hard-working training paid off. His posture is perfect, and the skis are fast as hell. If he had concentrated a bit more during the flight, and if he had jumped a little farther, well, then he might have gotten a better score. But if doesn't help him here. The score is appropriate. Basta. His performance is regular as clockwork this season. He's always in the top group. His practice seems to pay off.
Absolutely. He wouldn't let anyone pass him now, but on the other hand, he's not yet good enough to make the decisive step towards becoming number one.
That was an okay landing, though. I've seen many a jumper who would have been happy to end their flight like that.
Yeah, that's right.
And of course, there's always one or two things you can improve. That goes without saying. What do you think, Colin? Can he win the competition?
Yes. If he does another of those outstanding performances, there's virtually no one to beat him. He's in excellent shape, and of course, he's self-confident enough in his own performance. I'm sure we'll hear from him when it comes to the title fight.
You can see an upward trend in his performance, and I don't think there's one rival who still underestimates him.
All right, Mark, but he hasn't beaten me yet.
Nope. In the 19th century, many ski jumpers started in circuses to earn a living.
Maybe that's why it all still seems to be like a circus to me.
That's how it's supposed to look.
Yep.
Calm posture, no fidgeting, no arm movement, and and his chest bent far over his skis. No problem with the skis either. The wax is superb. His speed at takeoff will be amazing.
Well, it should be.
I'm afraid the wind that has come up will literally pin the skiers to the ski jump.
Indeed. You shouldn't underestimate this, you know. It's blowing so fiercely, it will be hard to compensate for it during the flight.
Textbook table. Best conditions for a very, very long jump. Great.
Fantastic.
If the area around the ski jump is not enough natural beauty for you, you can go to the botanical gardens and have a look at 7,500 plant species from all over the world.
Yeah, that makes a nice day out as well.
Wow, excellent landing. Telemark, the skis touched down flatly, not edged over. That's what the judges want to see. And the public too, of course. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
So, this is an overview of the final ranking, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an exciting competition today, and that's how we like it. We'll see you next time. It's goodbye from Mark Rafferty.
And from me, Colin Phillips, thanks and goodbye.
Bye. Today, we're at the Gjested mountain in northern Bohemia.
By the way, you can also do alpine skiing here in Liberec.
Today, I have expert help on my side. The famous ski...
I would have liked to start myself, but it wasn't meant to be.
Today, there's another competition of the Professional Leagues World Cup. Perfect landing with a nice telemark. Could you explain to our spectators what's important in a telemark, Colin?
Well, that's easy. A telemark is a thrusting step with the skis. The rear leg is bent down lower than the front leg. So it's a kind of curtsy.
To the public?
No, to the gods of winter sports.
So this is the result of the qualification. There aren't many rivals left for him. It's amazing. His performance, and at that age, his distances are virtually always around the Cape Point, or even further.
Yes, I'll take my hat off to him. Great stuff.
He seems to have studied all the textbooks about ski jumping and learned them by heart. Well, at least the chapter about landing, that was perfect, wasn't it, Colin?
Yes, indeed. That was great. I didn't see the slightest mistake there.
Let's take the time to look at the replay. Who would credit it? He's kept up his consistent performance and achieved a rank among the top 20. He can give himself a pat on the back for that.
Yeah, true.
There's no improving on that, eh? Timing, explosivity, everything was 100% perfect. I suppose he can't believe what's on the scoreboard up there. That's a very, very weak result for him today. We're used to something else.
He is too, I'm sure.
There's some crosswind at the moment, but it shouldn't be a problem. However, the skiers will have to adjust to the weather conditions. Great approach run, don't you think, Colin?
Yes, it couldn't be better. He's standing perfectly on his skis. If there were style points given for the approach run, he'd get maximum score here, Mark.
Yeah, but he also had some luck with the wax mixture. He chose the right part for these snow conditions.
And he's going down fast.
The hill record here is held by Janne Ahonen with 139 meters. That's how the takeoff has to be. An explosive extension of the body at the right point on the jump table, and then an intensely powerful takeoff.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Unfortunately, heaven seems to have opened its floodgates. Not easy for the skiers to cope with these weather conditions.
And now it's raining cats and dogs.
You could use his approach run in a video to teach the youngsters perfect posture, thus the minimal air resistance, and it looks very fast. Ski jumping developed from downhill at the end of the 18th century. The inhabitants of a small town in the province of Norway called Telemark probably got bored by always just racing straight down into the valley, so they started to jump over small elevations. At least that's the story spun by the sport historians about the origins of the sport. There's a slight mist, but visibility is still very good. Colin, have you ever seen a takeoff as perfect as this one?
Rare. Very rare. I have to admit it. He did a great job up there.
Wow, that was an exciting competition today, don't you think? He's one of the outstanding jumpers this season, and he's rightly at the top. His form peaks at the right moment. Many of his colleagues could still learn from him. He's a pro, absolutely concentrated in training and competition. The winning time. That was a perfect takeoff.
Absolutely, Mark. To find the precise point for takeoff and then lift up powerfully, that's an art, and he's got a complete command of it, no doubt about that.
Let's have a look at the replay. Let's have a look at the overall ranking after this fascinating competition.
Yes.
The winners' fans are cheering, but the skiers on the second and third place can be satisfied too with their performance today, I think.
Me too.
And thanks to all the others who made today such an enjoyable day. So we'll see you next time. If we were to make you a list of all famous ski jumpers from Oberstdorf, we'll definitely blow our schedule, wouldn't we, Colin?
Yeah, it's too true. You're right there, Mark.
I'm sure they're not...
At least I can support my home country in this way.
The best skiers in the world are here again for another World Cup competition.
Well, I can't wait to see if they can keep up their high standards.
Yeah. Maybe they can even improve on it.
Well, who knows? Let's just watch.
For the top skiers, qualification is just a sort of practice, as 50 out of 72 skiers qualify for the next round. But the weaker athletes have to make an effort if they don't want to be weeded out. Let's have another look at the replay. Maybe we overlooked some details.
Could be.
The Norwegian ski. So this was the first hurdle on the way to victory that was cleared by 50 skiers. They made their way through the... Well, you can't complain about the weather today.
No, the weather conditions are perfect.
Now we get the chance to analyze all the jumps. Great season for him. His performance is consistently good or even very good, and that's reflected in the ranking. He'll keep his place in the top 10. No way he's going to be pushed out.
No, I don't see that either.
Looked like a decent landing. You can do better, but at least there was no danger of fall or anything. I suppose that's okay for him.
Yeah, he'll like that one, I think.
He's already proved that he can cope with the very best, but at the crucial moment he often lacks their cool. That's why his rank among the top 20 is justified for the moment. Moves from competition to competition and from jump to jump. Let's see how far up he could get in the ranking.
He should go way up now, I think.
At the takeoff, the skiers have a speed of 90 kilometers per hour. In the town of Oberstdorf, however, that will be a problem for you. It likes to call itself car-free, and all streets have a 30 speed limit. It's not that easy to find the right wax mixture today, but he got the optimum. There you can see what difference it makes in terms of speed.
But only if the posture is right.
But it does, 100%. So, this is the result of the first round. I'm certain that not all skiers will be satisfied with the rank. He's one of the outstanding jumpers this season, and he's rightly at the top. His form peaks at the right moment. Many of his colleagues could still learn from him. He's a pro, absolutely concentrated in training and competition. He'll win it. You see, ladies and gentlemen, a good jump is awarded with a good distance. This certainly wasn't a top performance yet, but he has the potential for improvement.
Yeah, he certainly has.
The replay will show us now how on earth he was able to come up with such magic.
Yeah.
These are the results of today's competition, ladies and gentlemen. The three winners of the day, cheered by the crowd. Next time, things can turn out quite differently. We hope you'll be with us again. Mark Rafferty
And Colin Phillips.
take their leave of you.
Au revoir, goodbye, and auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye. Today we start in Oberstdorf in the Allgäu, a place that's associated with ski jumping more than any other in the world. Today I have Colin Phillips at my side.
It's a very different experience watching the others jump for once. Maybe I'll take over your job soon, Mark.
Opening of the Nations Cup. The skiers will certainly try to secure a good position from the very outset.
Oh yeah, that's paramount.
There's a pretty strong tailwind now that might cause some unpleasant surprises.
Yes, it's really difficult to make a good takeoff with such a strong wind.
Great. Superb. A very, very nice takeoff.
Yeah, excellent.
As if he had pushed the right button at the right moment.
Super. Absolutely super.
I suppose we can have a look at the replay. Ah, there it is. The V-style technique was introduced at the end of the 80s by the Swedish skier Jan Bokelov. Soon the entire world adopted it.
Good ideas, catch on fast.
Yeah, at first he had a lot of points deducted at every jump because of his incorrect posture. Colin, what do you say about the distance?
Well, I think that was a decent distance. That's good. Not very good, but good.
Thanks to technology, we can look at the replay and be clear about things. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the final results for your information. I'd be glad to have you with us again next time. And many thanks to my co-commentator, Colin Phillips.
Oh, thanks to you too, Mark. Thanks for having me. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.
See you next time. At the moment, there's a great snow festival in Sapporo, famous for its fabulous snow sculptures.
Yeah, that's why I came with my children, so they can see it too. It's fabulous.
What's a host without an actual practitioner of sport?
Next time I'll be...
This is the first day of the Nordic Skiing World Championship. Hope we'll all have a great time. Now there's a Slovene sitting on the start line. In a few seconds he'll be on the inline. But before that he has to check his bindings again to make sure he won't lose his skis on takeoff. These things happen. Let's take the time to look at the replay. The field of skiers is on a decrease. Only the best. When the Olympic Games started in Munich on the summer of 1972, they were already history for Sapporo. It was on this hill the Olympic ski jumping competitions were held back then. The installation was built in 1931 and renovated several times. Let's have a look at the replay. what can one say? He simply has to try to perform better, do a better jump. Otherwise, he can forget about a rank among the top 20.
Or even the top 30.
Oh man, that's the flight of a canary, not coming out.
I don't know, but things simply aren't working out for him today. This takeoff is a lost cause.
That's it. He's fought his way back into the ski jumping circle after his serious injury. He's near to equaling his old performances.
Well, to tell the truth, Mark, I wouldn't have thought it possible, to be honest.
It's amazing. Colin, look at the score. Is that okay?
Oh, yes, Mark. He jumped well with a good posture and landing. So he got good points. The few points deducted, well, they're understandable, really.
I always find it odd that today's ski jumping heroes are here today but gone tomorrow, fallen into oblivion.
Literally.
Seriously, what do you think is the reason for this?
Well, as I said, ski jumping is a question of psychology above all. And it's even metaphysical sometimes. There's probably no other sport where the inner self is as important as ski jumping.
It's a kind of jinx. Over the past few days, his form has slipped away. He has to be careful not to slide down the rankings. His timing at takeoff was especially awful. Fat chance of a good distance. Well, he certainly isn't a talent like Janne Ahonen or Jakob Janda yet, but he turned in a solid performance. That's good ski jumping, don't you think?
Yes, Mark, and the judges think so too, by the look of it. So with the distance he...
Colin, what's your comment on this performance?
Well, there's not much to criticise, actually. His performance is good, he's calm, and in complete control of the situation. I'd say the only thing he still lacks a little bit is routine and level-headedness.
Amazing! That was an extraordinarily smooth landing. No shakiness, no swaying. He'll get an excellent score, unless the judges are blind. He does much more practice these days than he did before. You can see it in his performance. He's on the right track, isn't he, Colin?
Yeah, that's right, he is.
You know what? I really prefer this type of skier. He's never satisfied with what he's attained, but he always tries to get a little better.
Yeah, that's true, Mark. He gets better with every competition. He almost scares me.
It's a slight drizzle, but it scarcely affects visibility. We'll not let the yucky weather spoil our day.
No way.
A sigh of relief from his coach. A problem-free landing that should convince the judges. The score must be good. Otherwise, I'd be astonished.
Yeah, so would I.
No one can use the wind as an excuse today. We have a strong upwind, so the weather conditions are excellent. That's how it's supposed to look.
Yep.
Calm posture, no fidgeting, no arm movement, and his chest bent far over his skis. No problem with the skis either. The wax is superb. His speed at takeoff will be amazing.
Well, it should be.
For the first time, the Nordic Skiing World Championships are being held in Asia, in the Japanese city of Sapporo. Of course, the ski jumpers will take part too. Colin?
Yes, and I hope I can be there too.
Look at this. A very nice takeoff. Maybe he didn't exactly find the best point, but this is worthy of a good distance.
Yes, absolutely, that's for sure.
Maybe we should talk about women in ski jumping too.
Oh,
As
yes.
in many other sports, the ladies hardly manage to emerge from the men's shadow.
Well,
I wonder why. Because they also achieve impressive distances. The actual record is held by the Austrian Daniele Raschko with 200 meters. Great landing. His many fans out there on the screens will be rejoicing.
Absolutely, Mark.
Yeah.
That looked really good. Excellent landing. You know, putting the skis parallel is an art in itself, and he managed it perfectly.
Let's hope that he doesn't put himself under too much pressure today. His chances are excellent. He can really make the top 3 skiers nervous now.
But only if his performance is perfect. He has to make an impeccable jump.
Well, the score is just a little above average, but it's hard work to get there too. For him, it was a good day, I think.
Well, I agree with you, Mark. He's shown what he's capable of at the moment, and that's not too bad at all.
For top ranking, I'd say he's still not aggressive or tough enough.
Possibly. But did you have a close look at his results? Slowly but surely he's working his way up.
Yeah, he is. That looks as if he had never done anything else in his life than taking off. Great timing. His skis take off precisely at the right point, and he's got the right degree of explosivity. No one would have bet on him before this season, but things have changed. He's turning in a good performance, and surely no one will ever underestimate him again. So he's among the top 20, and he's doing well.
Yeah, good on him.
He improves from competition to competition, and from jump to jump. Let's see how far up he could get in the ranking.
He should go way up, Mark, I think.
The weather's not exactly glorious, but I hope the performances will make up for it.
Well, as long as visibility's okay, there'll be no problem.
Very nice takeoff. Nothing to criticize, am I right, Colin?
Oh, yeah, Mark. He made the takeoff at the right moment, a bit earlier or a bit later, and he might have failed. But not today. That was great stuff.
Excellent. There aren't many rivals left for him. It's amazing. His performance, and at that age, his distances are virtually always around the Cape Point, or even further.
Yes, I'll take my hat off to him. Great stuff.
It might have gone worse for him. He can and must be satisfied with the distance. That's his average performance, and he consolidated it today. A strong upwind. It couldn't be better.
Well, you know, I think this is a day for some very good distances.
Yeah, Colin. That's what we're all hoping for.
Yeah, it's true.
I think the judges will have to give him maximum score. The landing was simply impeccable. Many jumpers will have looked at that with envy. That's exactly how anyone would like to end his flight.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Stars and Stripes, the coaches of the U.S. team, have nominated this guy, among others, this year.
And I must admit that the Americans always make the competitions lively, Mark.
This is where he's better than most other jumpers. His takeoff was perfect once again. It's not that easy to find the right point for takeoff at such a high speed, is it, Tom?
No, not at all. Things go so fast up there that you sometimes have to feel intuitively when you have to take off. But he just did it perfectly.
What's wrong with the Russians? They once were very successful, but now...
Well, after the decline of the USSR, many ski jumps went to rack and ruin. There was no money, and more often than not, there was no will to keep on with the sport. Yeah, I think so too. Even a small ski jumping community, happy about everything he ends his career.
Now, who did he surprise more today, Colin? Us or himself?
Well, himself, I think, Mark. He virtually boosted his performance. I don't believe anyone would have thought him capable of such an improvement. At least of all him.
I would like to ask you something, Colin. For many people, ski jumping is totally serious, but at the same time, it's a big show and should be fun above all.
Show? Listen, ski jumping virtually belongs to the arts. It demands absolute seriousness and devotion to the sport.
I just, I had a colleague who made a joke about UFOs flying over the jump. He was bombed with hate.
Yeah, I can imagine, because it's inappropriate to make fun of sports.
Okay, I didn't say that. There's one skier who seems to be especially pleased to be here in Sapporo, the Norwegian Roar Løkkeslag, who has already won 5 World Cup competitions here, more than anyone else. Colin, what do you say about this album?
Great, absolutely great. There's not much he can improve on. It was really very good. He put down the skis at the right moment. And what's more important still, Mark, he did an impeccable turnout landing. The judges will appreciate that, I'm sure.
Let's talk again about the sudden drop in performance in ski jumping.
Yeah, okay, let's look at the German Sven Hanneveld, for example.
Yeah, right. It's so strange what's been happening with him.
Yeah, just look at Janne Ahonen. In the 2002-2003 season, no one would have bet a single penny on him. And then he suddenly emerged with the cup and won the third tournament. And the whole world was stupefied.
Do you think that Sven is still capable of something like that?
Well, I'm convinced he is, my friend.
To me, he's one of the great surprises of the season. I wouldn't have expected to see him in the top 10.
No, me neither, Mark, but it's those shooting stars who make this sport interesting.
That was a perfect takeoff.
Absolutely, Mark. To find the precise point for takeoff and then lift up powerfully, that's an art, and he's got a complete command of it, no doubt about that.
So, this is an overview of the final ranking, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an exciting competition today, and that's how we like it. So see you next time. It's goodbye from Mark Rafferty.
And from me, Colin Phillips, thanks and goodbye.
Bye. Hello from Sapporo. Do you remember I have Colin Phillips with me, an institution in British ski jump.
I'm happy to be here too. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
The last day of competition is always a highlight, ladies and gentlemen. So let's look forward to the last competition day of the Nordic Skiing World Championship. Excellent landing there. Telemark, the skis touched down flatly, not edged over. That's what the judges want to see. And the public too, of course. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Let's have a closer look at this jump in the replay.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see that.
Yeah. I think we've seen some nice and what's more, long jumps. And I also think that the best 30 skiers absolutely deserve. Colin, did you know that it was in Sapporo that the oldest athlete who ever won a World Cup medal mounted the victory rostrum?
Now, let me think. Was it me?
It was the Japanese Takanobu Okabe. He won 2 bronze medals last year, and he was Colin, do you have any idea how he can get into the top group next time?
Yes, he absolutely needs to improve his posture, there's no doubt about that. He can only fly far if his body offers enough surface for the air to carry him. But that wasn't the case in this flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the final results for your information. I'd be glad to have you with us again next time. And many thanks to my co-commentator, Colin Phillips.
Oh, thanks to you too, Mark. Thanks for having me. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.
See you next time. We're about 1 hour away from Helsinki in the town of Lahti. I'm sure that not only fans of the British team will be happy to hear that my co-commentator today is Colin Phillips.
It's a great pleasure to meet you, my friends. Thank you very much for the invitation.
I hope that nobody will be blown away tonight.
It's not easy to start under these conditions, that's for sure.
The hard work in training paid off. His posture is perfect, and the skis are fast as hell. I think this is worth having a second look.
Yes, Mark, I think that a closer analysis is always worthwhile.
In summer, this venue is converted into a swimming pool.
Oh my God, the very thought of swimming here. No, no.
Well, there was no improvement to be seen today, nor was there any deterioration. Let's have another look at the replay. Maybe we overlooked some details.
Could be.
Let's have a look at the overall ranking after this fascinating competition.
Yes.
The winners' fans are cheering, but the skiers on the second and third place can be satisfied too with their performance today, I think.
Me too.
And thanks to all the others who made today such an enjoyable day. So we'll see you next time. Mark Rafferty and the British ski jumping star Colin Phillips say goodbye to you now.
Ah, well, next time I prefer to be up there on the ski jump myself,
Yes.
Mark.
Looking forward to it.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Today we're stopping over at Lake Vesijärvi, in the Finnish town of Lahti, to be precise.
What's the lake called?
Vesijärvi.
Oh, my God.
Today,
It's a very different experience watching the others jump for once.
this is the start of qualification can be tricky. A number of favorites have tripped up here by taking too great a risk. But really, it should be straightforward. The best 50 skiers out of 72 qualify. So why was it that he didn't take off properly? Actually, his speed was perfect.
Well, I could see only big fault at that speed. Maybe he made some small mistakes that added up. Anyway, the takeoff was horrible. Maybe he just wasn't fast enough to make the transition from one phase to another.
Let's have a closer look at this jump in the replay.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Wow, that was an exciting competition today. There's a little bit of tailwind to be considered today.
Yes, but it's not exactly an insurmountable problem.
He did well to master the most difficult phase in ski jumping, the takeoff. This might make for a very good job. Now we get the chance to analyze all the jumps. Knock, knock. There's someone knocking hard at the door of the top 10.
Yeah, he's got the will to get to the very top, and he subordinates everything else to this guy.
You could use his approach in a video to teach the youngsters perfect posture, thus a minimal air resistance, and it looks very fast. He told me before the competition that he had a good feeling. Is that enough to make it to the top 10?
Well, I don't think he'll make a top right now, but he has a lot of fight in him, and if he can improve a little bit, he'll certainly leave the midfield standing.
Today he's consolidated his performance with another good jump.
Excellent.
As the weather conditions are always an uncontrollable variable in ski jumping, experts are considering roofing over the in-run with a perspex tube. What do you think of that, Colin?
Oh no. The open sky, the fresh air. I'd miss it all too much.
The hard training over the last few weeks has paid off, and it's reflected by the results. No reason to be dissatisfied. What do you say, Colin?
No, he can pack his skis with a clear conscience and try to attack again in the next competition.
Yeah. Lahti is said to be the Finnish capital of sports.
But there's a big brewery too, if you may add
Oh,
that.
the skiers need to be supplied for their après-ski.
Of course, of course.
Well, that's good for the maximum score. At least that's my opinion. Let's see if the judges agree with me.
Well, I reckon so, Mark. By the way, have you ever tried to make a jump yourself?
No. Why?
Well, it would be nice if you, as a reporter, knew exactly what you were talking about.
Here's the final ranking for you, ladies and gentlemen. After a thrilling competition, next time all skiers have the chance to go for gold. Until then, I say cheerio and adios to my co-commentator, Colin Phillips.
Well, thanks very much there, Mark. It was a pleasure being here, really. I've had great fun. Maybe not quite as much as being one of the jumpers myself, but maybe next time. See you soon. Bye now. Take care, everyone.
Goodbye.